So I made a video yesterday saying have the markets topped, and to me, just looking at the indices, I want to dive in a little bit deeper and look at some high time frame ideas and some fundamental ideas. But I'm still thinking that the markets have topped, and we're gonna see some kind of prolonged pullback or sideways before new all-time highs. Now I could be totally wrong, but this is what I'm thinking and what I'm believing. So let's take a quick look at just the naked charts of the different indices. Here's the US 500, here's EU 50, here's US 30, here's JP225, here's US 100, here's US 2000, here's Oz 200, gold, ETH, and Bitcoin. Now, the first thing I'll say is even if I think the markets have topped, for me, taking out an old monthly low, if we regain this on EU 50 and US 30, I would be a buyer here. And I might do this in my paper trading, but I would actually be a buyer on the Russell here. So even if I think it might have topped, my trading system would still actually enter the market here potentially. So I'm paying attention to that. That said, I'm only trading Forex. A lot of you guys know that. Why? Because I don't want to deal with market cycles. I want the potential for more consistent monthly income. But if we look at trend lines, if you guys are trend line traders, they're all breaking trend lines. This one a pretty big trend line break. If we're to look at the simple moving average and we put it on the period to the 10, we've lost it. Let's put the period to the 20. Let's change this color, put it on something we can see. Not blue, because that's the other one. But even the 20, which has been support for these, we appear to be losing them. So I know that a lot of trend following traders are actually going to be exiting the market here. Um, and that's important. Another signal that I look for, one of my long triggers that I like to take is if we lose a weekly and we regain it, I can be a buyer. However, if that setup fails, I need to basically be out of the market, maybe buy monthly. So for instance, here on US 500, which is the S&P 500, we took out this weekly and we regained it, but then we lost it again. So I wouldn't be a buyer here because the last one failed. Now, there's times that it worked. It's been working, right? It worked here. It, it worked here. It's worked the last two times, but it's worked since October, right? Now it failed for the first time since October. And this isn't just US 500, it's true of all of them. EU 50, we had a signal here and we lost it, right? It didn't work. US 30 as well had a failed buy. JP225 hasn't failed yet. US 100 had a failed buy up here. After it worked here, it worked here, it worked here, it worked here once it was regained. It worked here. The US 100, it's worked 5 straight times going back to last year. All of a sudden it failed. Very interesting, right? So there's another signal. Now, Bitcoin and ETH as well has gone absolutely parabolic. And in theory, we should have broken out to all-time highs on this day, but we didn't. We failed. It could be we're consolidating. I'm not gonna call top on crypto. I'm not necessarily calling for a bear market even. I'm just, my system would have me out of the markets here right now. I'm still in a Bitcoin long and a Doge long in my demo account. I don't remember if I advanced my stop. I don't think I did. I don't remember because it's demo. I would know if I was trading personal, but it hasn't failed yet. Now, if Bitcoin were to come back down here, that setup doesn't work anymore, and we've got this trend line break. Um, we could be buyers down here, or I could be a buyer down here, or I could be a buyer on the breakout, but it would mean, yeah, I'm seeing just so much absolute delusion on Twitter as well. Okay, now a couple things that people aren't paying attention to. Let's look at the inflation rate. Oh man, it's a little bit higher. You know, it came down very nicely from 9% to 3%. It's been stuck in this 3 to 4% range. It's up since January. What is the Fed going to do about it? They're going to be a little bit stricter on monetary policy. And I hear all this talk about debt and they're printing so much money. I'm not buying it. You know why? Let's look at the actual money supply and tell you if they're printing a lot of money, the money supply should be expanding. And it's not. The money supply is actually going down. So this restrictive policy, which they started in 2022, bear market, typically it's hard for risk assets, investment assets to increase in value that much without the money supply increasing too, right? People talk about money printing. The money supply is actually going down. It's been actually pretty stable for about a year almost, but it's not going up. So I'm calling BS on the money printing narrative because if that was true, I mean, it was true during COVID. I was watching this money supply go straight up with investment assets, but if this just goes sideways or goes down, investment assets could get crushed. So that's why I'm just trading the Forex markets. And today, what happened on the day? I had a TP on this one, and I had a TP on this one, and I had a stop loss on this one and this one, but oh no, not on this one. I had a TP on this one, stop loss on this one, and what was that? This one. So two wins, two losses, but the wins are twice as big as the losses, so works out. Um, Possible trades. We'll take a look. But yeah, I mean the Forex market to me is a little bit more inviting. Anyways, appreciate you. Much love. Happy trading and talk to you soon. Peace.